Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. It's time again for another Knife of the Day. The Knife of the Day is my series where we look at one knife at a time, one day at a time, coming out of my collection of about 400 knives. We've started with my Spyderco collection. We're still going through that one. Then we'll go on to all the other collections as well. Today, the knife of the day is the Spyderco Rubicon. The Rubicon, designed by Peter Carey, the custom knife maker. The Rubicon is discontinued. It doesn't have that specific discontinued tag on it, but it's sold out by Spyderco. And they're not making it anymore. In fact, they have made a Rubicon 2. And we'll talk a little bit about that later on. And later on in this series, a couple of weeks from now, I'll be highlighting the Rubicon 2. But let's talk about the Rubicon. I'll tell you, this knife had such a buzz leading up to its premiere. Leading up to it being released by Spyderco. Everyone was looking forward to the Rubicon, the Rubicon, the Rubicon. Because they love Peter Carey, they knew about Spyderco, and the leaks just made everyone's mouth water. Then it was released, and it didn't go gangbuster sales as everyone expected. I really like the Rubicon, so let's get that out of the way right now. But let's talk about some of the things that really frustrated people about it. And then things that Spyderco thought stopped it from being a bestseller, being discontinued, and so drove them to do the Rubicon 2. I think from what I hear from a lot of people and see on YouTube and elsewhere, the people who don't like the Rubicon, one of the biggest things was the price. The Rubicon was released with a estimated, retail value from Spyderco that this would sell like a large Chris Reeve Sabenza. And so the price, I think, threw everyone off. I can tell you why I think the price was what it was, and then we can talk about other things. And secondly, I think they were frustrated because of this blade steel. So a premium price, premium materials, and then the blade was S30V steel. And of course, as you know, S30V steel, by the way, is a very good steel. But we do have S35VN steel and a lot of other super steels. And Spyderco uses a lot of other super steels. In fact, a couple of years, now they had already released a number of knives with S110V steel from Crucible, but they were in limited edition knives sprint runs. But just a year or two after this was released, they had the Blurple series of production knives. And all of those knives had S110V steel from Crucible, CPM. And so the question is, why not put a better steel on this? Some of the production knives have S90V now. Why not S90V? Why not S35VN? So that was a big issue. So let's talk about this knife now that we've talked about some of the issues of why it didn't sell as well as expected. But let's just talk about the knife. So this blade is S30V steel. It's a wonderful blade, I think. Hollow ground with this wonderful swedge here. That flat ground swedge. It flips, I think, like a dream. It really does. It just whips out there for a blade of this size. The blade is 3 inches. And then you have the edge, which is 2.75 inches. The entire knife is 7.4 inches, a nice medium kind of size knife. And it weighs 4.3 ounces. The handle, oh, what a beautiful thing. 3D, and this is why Spyderco says the cost was so high. You know, great carbon fiber, just beautiful. 3D handle that feels great. A special pivot for Peter Carey. Has the orange G10 collar around the pivot. The backspacer, orange G10 pivot with some humps on there, give you some traction. We'll talk about some of the things Spyderco changed in the Rubicon 2 in response to comments from people, and also to get the price down. And look at the clip, a custom clip. So they didn't spare anything on the materials. Tie liners and a liner lock. And that's the Rubicon, a beautiful knife. Now, some people also complained about the backspacer. Some people love the backspacer, some people don't. I'm okay with it. It fills your pocket. The 3D is a wonderful thing. It just really fills your hand, but also it takes up some room in your pocket. That is the Rubicon. The Rubicon 2, what they did was kind of take off all the, instead of 3D, it's not, flat scales. Instead of this wonderful upscale carbon fiber, they have carbon fiber on top of G10. The clip is now a standard clip, but it does ride a lot thinner in your pocket. And the price tag, oh, it's no longer in Sabinza range at all. That, my friends, is the Spyderco Rubicon. Just a beautiful knife. I like it. I really do. But I understand the frustration. I wanted it because I really wanted the Spyderco line. I'm a Spyderco collector. But I understand, given the price, this steel works. We all know S30V works and it's a good steel. But yes, people hesitated because of that. That, my friends, is the knife of the day. It's the Spyderco Rubicon. It's discontinued. It's sold out by Spyderco. There is a Rubicon 2. We'll cover that in a couple of weeks or so. Give you a chance to take a look at the Rubicon next to the Manix 2 and the Spyderco Stretch, just to give you some size comparisons. If you enjoy this Knife of the Day series, don't forget to show your love, like it, hit that thumb up button, share it, let people know that it's around, subscribe, that really helps me out, and turn on your notifications so whenever I do a video, YouTube lets you know that it's up. When you hit the subscribe button, there'll be a bell next to subscribe. Hit that too, and that way you'll be notified. There you have it. Peter Carey and Spyderco's creation, the Rubicon, is the knife of the day. You guys have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Take good care of yourselves. Goodbye.